My name is Richard Leonard. I'm from Haybole Architects in Melbourne, Australia. From my point of view, I think it's trying to convey that contemporary learning spaces are really, or the design of contemporary learning spaces is really driven by pedagogy. So from an architect's point of view, and I'm an architect, it's really understanding deeply the pedagogy, what teachers, what schools actually want to develop as their pedagogy, and then to define the learning spaces that will support that pedagogy. I think the main transition that we're trying to wrestle with at the moment is quite clearly the traditional spaces, the classroom model. Brilliant for 19th century industrial era, the best piece of design for that sort of pedagogy, the teacher talking one-to-many. But in terms of responding to what we need in the 21st, 22nd century, that's not going to cut it anymore. We know that we need a whole series of different skill sets. That means a different way of educating our students, and it means from an architectural point of view, a whole series of different spatial responses. I think flexibility is the F word in education because it's too often used as really a briefing to architects to say we want to be able to do everything, but not actually defining the things that you really want to do. I think education these days is all about producing purposeful spaces, spaces that you can move instantly from doing one activity into another activity, be it in groups or in single study situations. It's a whole series of different provisions. To me, what that demands are a series of interconnected, purposeful spaces. Flexibility does not necessarily provide that. So by using a prototyping methodology, we're allowing schools to define spaces and to experiment with them. If you like, it's try before you buy. And from an architectural point of view, it's a very effective tool to help schools on a journey of change. And it doesn't happen overnight. It really is a very difficult thing for schools to change from what they're comfortable with in terms of that traditional method of delivering education in the cellular structures into what is a very different environment. It helps teachers get into the spaces and to find their comfort levels and their different skill sets that they need to be able to work in those spaces. That, again, is something that takes time. Constantly we find that even the best teachers, it may take, say, 6 or so months for them to get into the space and really feel comfortable in terms of the way they need to change their practices into more contemporary models of pedagogy.